Hey guys, welcome back to the DIY Contractor. Wanted to cover a few things on this build. I was out here yesterday, I think, and we did like a little shot of a video. I'm gonna go over. They just set up forms, kind of go over that, some of the things that I learned a little bit the hard way with grading and kind of having a grading guy and then a foundation guy and then two of them talking and not being on the same page. So I'm super excited about the forms that are set up right now. The guy that did this had lasers out here. They were double checking everything with strings. They were really taking their times and I was super happy. I'll just show you real quick. So right here's our garage, and this is going to be level with the driveway, or maybe an inch higher right here, but it's going to step down. What we have here is a curb on top of our footer. This curb right here will be the front edge of the house because I don't want water being able to come this way into the house. So if we just had it flat with the garage and we put a like 2x4 down, you know, for our bottom plate and the walls going up, water would get in. So having this curb is going to tremendously help water staying out of the house. We may even do some waterproofing on this side right here. So then over here we've got our front patio, and he stepped this down 3.5 inches, and we've got 2x8s for the rest of our forms. So this will be our front porch area right here, and we'll step right into the house right here. We'll have 2 or 3 bedrooms back over here, and a Jack and Jill bathroom and a hallway. This will be the great room. We'll have a dining room right here, and then we'll have the kitchen is right here, and then we'll have laundry and master bath and bed back in here. This will be 3,600 square feet of livable heated space. We have a back patio over here. So super excited about this space. We'll have like a little kitchenette right here. We may extend this back patio out since it's kind of flat here. I don't know that we would extend the roof out necessarily, but this will be a covered space. It's not huge, but it's not tiny either. Super excited. And then you'll open the back doors and have a pretty decent backyard. Yeah, I just wanted to cover on this lot here. So we had the grader out here. We got 40 loads of dirt. That was $10,000 of dirt. Pretty good deal. We had a lot of dirt moving, but specifically over here on this back side of the house, we had to build it up, and we probably have from this corner over to here probably a good 10-15 loads of dirt. So the only problem was it wasn't quite enough, and I'll come over here and I'll show you that. So when my foundation guy set up his lasers here in the middle and then went to the front of the house and pulled a level line across towards the back behind me here, we were a good 18 inches lower back here where I'm standing than we were in the front. And with the naked eye, you actually don't see that too well. So that's like 1.5 feet. So I have 2 options. I can fill where I'm standing, backfill it with concrete, which is super expensive. We're paying like $220 per yard. So that'll get expensive really quick. Right now we're estimating about 95 yards for this pour. That'll include the footers as well as the slab, being a 4 or 5 inch thick slab. We're also going to drill some piers in the corners back here because this buildup isn't quite what it should be. Totally okay. I'm just going to kind of talk through the solution. That way if any of you guys find yourself in this solution as your guys are laying out slabs, kind of what you may run into. So you have estimates when you're building. You have costs that you think, hey, it's going to come in at 30 grand. You know, like that's going to be great, getting a 4,400 square foot slab for 30 grand, like awesome. But we're going to be spending another grand in dirt and another grand in gravel, easy. In between rebar and everything else, we're probably, what is that, 4, 5, 6 grand. My concrete guys are sitting at 10 grand. So we're at 16 grand right now, and then concrete's gonna be 15 or 16. So we're gonna be really close to 30, but just today, being 3 days into the layout and form setting, we easily could exceed that and be at 35, 40 grand. I don't see 40, but we could be much closer to 35 grand. Totally okay with that, because still getting a foundation poured for 35 grand is a pretty good place to be. But what we're gonna have to do right here in this back corner is bring in 3 to 4, 5 loads of dirt. I'll come around and show you. All right, so I just want to show you here. So it's super low here. So that's a 2x8 right there. And then we've probably got a good 12 inches before we hit the grade right here. So we have to backfill this whole area with dirt all the way down here. I mean, he already moved some over where we have some extra dirt over there, but we've got to backfill this for the inspector as well as runoff. So we'll have to build this up here, but we really need to take that grade higher over here. That way we don't end up with a runoff and a foundation moving. The other thing we're doing is putting a pier in that corner, probably a pier here, and as well up here. We're gonna do an 18-inch auger, probably 2 or 3 feet down right here, and put steel rebar in it, tied into the rest of the rebar there and there, as well as there. So this whole pad back here was already built up about 1.5 feet, maybe 2 feet. But as you get to the front of the house, we didn't really need to. One problem you could have if you built the front of that house up too much with this specific layout, you could end up with a bowl in the front yard and end up with a puddle of water. So my foundation guy already said he's going to take the machine and kind of put a cut across the front, so that way whoever's living here doesn't end up with huge puddles here. That way water will run off. I don't want to give him the green light to just do that all day, but if he can knock it out in an hour or two, it makes sense. If it's going to be an all-day project, you know, we may have to cross that bridge with the investor and make sure he's okay raising the price up, because every single day with these foundation guys cost $1,800 to $2,000 to have them out here. So if you spend another $2,000 having them cut that front yard down, we just want to make sure the investor's comfortable with that increase. In this situation, I am working with an investor, not a homeowner, and I would offer that to the homeowner as a change order should they want to do that. But I think it'd be a good idea, and I'm hoping the investor would just give us a green light. So yeah, this is just kind of just a recap and like covering what we've done so far. Cherokee County is going to come out and inspect location. It feels stupid that they have to do it after the forms are set, but I know I'm within the setbacks. It's 40 feet on the side, 40 feet in the back, 40 feet on the other side, and 50 feet to the road. We're well within that. The other thing I wanted to talk about was tomorrow we're going to hit 17, 18 degrees of a low, and the next day the low is going to be 22 degrees. I know some people hear that, not a big deal. We're in Georgia, and that's freezing. We don't handle that very well here. Yesterday I was in a t-shirt, and today it's like I gotta have a coat or a hoodie on at a minimum, and tomorrow it's just going to be colder. I bring that up because when you have your drain, your plumber sets his drains and or the supply lines, if they freeze, that's not going to be good. But the way that they do the inspection here for the drain lines is they cap all the outs. So like where it's going to hit the septic, we're going to put a pressure cap on that, and then we're going to cap like where the tub's going to sit and where the toilets are going to be and where the stubs outs is going to be for the washer and dryer, and like so all the actual drains are going to be capped, and then we're going to put a 10-foot stack of a 3 or 4 inch pipe and fill the whole system with water, and it's got to sit overnight. And what the inspector's going to do is going to come grab that stack and shake it, and if he hears water, he knows nothing's leaked, and he knows we can put concrete on top of that. It's very important you don't skip that step, because if you have a leak underneath your slab, you won't know for years, and your slab may wash out a little bit, and then you crack a slab and then have a big issue. So that inspection I'm a huge fan of. Same with pressure lines. He wants to see that they've been under pressure. So we paid a little bit more for a plumber. We have a couple plumbers that work for us, but on this particular build, I wanted to have a more experienced plumber, and he came up with a solution to, instead of doing water that would freeze, we could do an air pressure test. And some counties allow that, some states allow that, and some don't. Particularly in Cherokee County, Georgia, he called the inspector, and the inspector said that would be just fine. I don't know what the PSI has to be, but that kind of really saves me, because now he's going to set all his drains and supply lines tomorrow on a Thursday. Friday we're going to have inspection, and Monday we can pour concrete. So why that's important is because, particularly with the concrete supplier we have, I don't know why they do this, but on Monday is the cheapest day to get concrete. It's like $195 a yard, then Tuesday's $205, then Wednesday's like $310, then like Friday this is all before taxes, or Thursday, you know, it just keeps going up. So then by Friday it's $250 a yard. So I'm really trying to line stuff up where I can hit concrete on Monday. Now Monday I'll have a high of 55 or 60, and then Tuesday the same thing, and my lows will be above freezing. So I'm going to be, it's like the golden window in the middle of February to pour a slab. So So it pays to pay people a little bit more sometimes because their experience is going to be able to overcome some challenges you may hit. Had he not had that opportunity, we would be doing the plumbing on Monday, and then Tuesday an inspection so it doesn't freeze, and then Wednesday next week is supposed to rain again, so I can't pour then, and then Thursday it's probably too wet to pour, and then Friday we might get a pour, but that's the expensive day. So hoping weather would comply with us, then we would have the following Monday. So it would just add another week to the project. Weeks equal money. So the sooner we can get builds done and projects done, the more money everybody can make. So I hope that information is helpful. Super excited to have this moving, and I can't wait to actually have concrete hit the ground. If this was helpful, please like and subscribe and share. Thanks. Have a good one.